Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, joining you just after what's been a very, very convincing win for Arsenal here at the Emirates. 3-0 against Newcastle. 5 wins in 6 now for Mikel Arteta's side. 5 clean sheets in a row. You have to go back to 2009 to find the last time they managed that. So as bad as 2020, certainly the second half of 2020 was. 2021 has been much, much nicer to Mikel Arteta and his side, certainly showing signs now of turning the corner and moving in the right direction. I think tonight's performance and tonight's team really sort of showcase what could be to come over the next few months at Arsenal. We saw Thomas Partey restored to the starting 11 for the first time this calendar year, and for the first time since he limped off against Spurs on his previous return. We saw Emile Smith-Rowe and Bukayo Saka again, showing the quality they have and what they're going to bring to the team over the next few months, the next few years. And like I said, it's been some difficult times at Arsenal recently, some really tough times, some really poor performances we've had to endure, but just beginning to see signs, I think, of this team beginning to take shape. Arsenal, you know, he's settled on this back four that he wanted to do for a long time. The back three's a thing of the past now. And now Partey's back as well in that midfield. I think you're certainly seeing signs of what's going to be to come over the next few months. No one's going to get carried away. Arsenal got some really difficult games coming up that will be interesting to see how they do in those matches. But certainly since the turn of the year, things have been much, much better. And they're moving forward at both ends of the pitch as well. Defensively, they've really sorted that out. 5 clean sheets in a row is impressive. Like I said, going back to 2009, the last time they did that. Rob Holding is getting better by the game. I thought it was excellent tonight. Although he certainly is not going to get the headlines considering some of the other performances from players further up the pitch. Just watching Emile Smith-Rowe now walk off. He's just been doing his TV interviews. I'm sure you've seen that. He's getting applause from people down there at the moment, and quite rightly so. Another fantastic performance from the youngster. Mikel Arteta's just had a word with him as he's walked past. Arteta's down there now doing his TV interviews as well. Clearly a very happy man. You can see the smile on his face, and quite rightly he should be. Because, as I said, you're beginning to see the building blocks being put in place now. Thomas Partey, absolutely fantastic tonight. He managed 67 minutes and was superb during those 67 minutes. He really was. And I think he had unsuccessful in 3 passes, 58 passes, 55 of them successful. Competed in more duels, I think, than anyone else. Won the ball back 9 times. Just a really positive performance. And you think, you know, he's only going to get better. This is his first performance in 2 months, really, if you don't count that 45-minute showing against Spurs when he limped off and was clearly not ready. It's been his first start since then, and he's just going to get better and better. And it was a really impressive performance from Partey today. Lovely assist for Aubameyang's first goal, and yeah, really positive signs. I thought Granit Xhaka was excellent again. Actually probably ran the show. I know Thomas Partey's going to get a lot of the headlines, and quite rightly so, because it was such an exciting performance for him. But Granit Xhaka alongside him absolutely dominated. I'm looking at his stats here: 102 passes, which is nearly, you know, it's not far off double what Thomas Partey did. 95 of them successful, 58 of them in Newcastle's half. 112 touches, more than anyone else on the pitch, just throughout. Game possession 15 times, again more than anyone else on the pitch. So Granit Xhaka has certainly stepped up another level since he's come back from that red card. Real positive response from him from what was a really disappointing low moment for him when he got himself sent off not too long ago against Burnley. So Mikel will be very, very impressed with the way Xhaka's responded, and you kind of look at that midfield pairing of Partey and Xhaka and what that could go on to do over the next few months, and it's pretty exciting. And I've already mentioned Smith-Rowe, another goal from Saka today. I think it's his 4th for the season, his 3rd since Boxing Day. Aubameyang getting 2 goals, it's 4 from 6 for Aubameyang now, so he's scoring again. His first goal today was classic Aubameyang, and the fact that it came after he missed a couple of chances in the first half as well was, you know, a positive sign. He didn't let those get to him. And then he got his second as well. Cedric Suarez came in at right back. He played really well, got himself an assist. So all positives, which is nice to talk about, because it's been a pretty miserable season up to this point for Arsenal. And so that is a real positive. And I'm sure when we get the chance to speak to Mikel Arteta in just a few minutes' time, he will sort of echo that sentiment. So look out for on my social media for the quotes from what Mikel Arteta had to say, and head over to goal.com for all the reaction to the match. My live piece should be going online any minute soon, any minute now, and yeah, we'll have Mikel Arteta's comments as well online, and you can check them out on my social media as well. So let's talk some player ratings, shall we? And for once, they're going to be pretty high. Right, let's start with Bernd Leno. I mean, didn't really have to do much. I think Newcastle had 4 shots in the whole game, so Leno didn't have to do much at all. What he did have to do, he did it well. Can't fault him for that. But a very quiet evening's work for the German, which he'll be absolutely delighted with, no doubt. So I'm going to give Bernd Leno I'm going to give him a 6, just because he didn't have much to do. So he gets a 6. Rob Holding, I thought was great. I think he's been great for a long time now. Really showing why they're giving him that new contract, and he's performing really well. I think he was behind only Xhaka in passes today, so he's, although you've got David Luiz alongside him, it's Rob Holding who was starting things off from deep. That's the confidence he's in. He's winning tackles. Really solid display, I thought, from Rob Holding. 5 clearances for him. No one else did that many. 1 crucial block as well. So I'm going to give Rob Holding an 8. David Luiz, fairly solid. He didn't perform quite as well as Holding, I thought, but didn't put a foot wrong really. Luiz, so I'll give him a 7. Cedric Soares, first Premier League start of the season for Suarez. I think he played 5 minutes in the Premier League before that this season. Played really well, got an assist for the second goal as well. Capped what was a very, very good performance, and I've been saying for a while I don't really see why Suarez didn't get a look in, because Bellerin's performances hadn't exactly been brilliant this season, and this was just another example of why I think we should be seeing a little bit more of Suarez in the Premier League, and maybe seeing a bit more rotation at right back. So Suarez gets an 8. Kieran Tierney, great to see him back in the side after his injury scare. Very close to an assist in the second half for Lacazette. Probably should have picked him out. Actually hit the cross a little bit too far, with too much power on it, and Lacazette couldn't quite reach it. But good solid performance from Tierney, so he's going to get a 7 from me. The 2 midfielders, absolute clinic from them in central midfield. So they didn't give Newcastle a sniff, dominated it throughout, barely gave the ball away at all. I think between them, Xhaka and Partey, between them, had 160 passes, and 10 of them were unsuccessful. That's how solid they were in that midfield. Absolute clinic from the pair of them, and they're both going to get 8s from me, Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey. I thought they were great. Aubameyang, 2 goals. Like I said, he missed a couple in the first half. He didn't let his head drop. Took his goals really well in the second half. The first one especially was classic Aubameyang. Lovely driving run. Beat his man, left foot finish. He gets an 8. Has to get an 8 for those couple of goals. Smith Rowe, another assist for him. I think no one in the Premier League has got more assists since Christmas, I think, since Smith Rowe. I think he's on 3 now, and I think only Bruno Fernandes has set up more chances in the Premier League since then as well. So Smith Rowe showing exactly why he could be the man to fill the void left by Ozil after his departure to Fenerbahce. Give Smith Rowe an I'm going to give him a 7. I'm not sure I'm going to give him an 8. I'm going to give Smith Rowe a 7. I'm going to give Saka a 7 as well. Another goal for Saka now. Like I said, 4 for the season for him, 3rd since Christmas. And Lacazette worked really hard. Unlucky not to score. I thought Lacazette, like I said, Tierney probably should have picked him out with his cross in the second half. He had one good effort denied by Darlow at the start of the half as well. Had a header saved by Darlow as well. So unlucky not to score for Lacazette. He's going to get a 7. 3 players came on for Arsenal. I'm not going to rate them because they all came on. The game was done and dusted. They didn't really do too much. That was Willian, El Neni and Gabriel Martinelli. Good to see him back as well. So another positive there from Arsenal. So really good night's work from Mikel Arteta's side. They will be very, very happy tonight going back home. And I will be recording another video in the morning where I'll look at this one in a little bit more depth, discuss what Mikel Arteta had to say, and start looking ahead to return to FA Cup action at the weekend. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I will speak to you soon.